Alright, peep game, ladies and gentlemen. This is how I capitalized on a nice and easy over 2% this morning. Today is March 7th, 2026. And this was an A+ bounce play that happened later in the day. I was actually at the barber shop watching this play out, and I caught it. Now, with this being said, let's go ahead and break this down. So off top, look at wick to be filled here. This was first target. Boom. And then this was full target over here. Bam. Boom. Bam. And then we also do have this prominent M15 supply at the top of this void to be filled there. So that was a potential target of the day. Now, with this being said, at this specific point in time, right, what has gone on is prices used previous M15 supply to create new prominent M15 supply. Now, as of right now, at this point in time, I was still inside of this. So I needed to break this, right? And we still haven't broken it. Now let's just go ahead and validate that this was even real supply by making sure there's no M3 equal highs, no M3 equal highs, and no M5 equal highs within. Okay, cool. Now with that being said, come back to the M15 time frame. Understand that we need to break that. Now this is 8:30 to 8:45. This here was what? 8:45 to 9 a.m. We get that break of prominent M15 supply. Now there's no zones of supply in the way, on the way to this target, to these targets of the days to the upside here. Come to the 30-minute time frame, and what do you see? I see that price has now created prominent M30 supply in my favor. I'm fully expecting this next candlestick to do what? Create its next lower wick. Boom. And but just based off the M30 time frame, it looks beautiful here. I'm going to delete this first target, or this last target of the day, and put it here, which is on the prominent M30 supply at the top of that void to be filled. I'm just gonna make everything clean for myself. Bless you, bless you. All right, now with that being said, everything's looking clean. Rejection candlesticks, M30 time frame is definitely looking like it wants to push to this upside. I'm expecting this next lower wick to be formed. H1 time frame. I just like these voids to be filled here. This volume to be filled to the upside. These wicks to be filled to the upside. Now with that being said, to go further into depth on what's going on, I would like to see if this, this is the lowest point price touches before proceeding to create this bullish structure. So I do want to see if this is coming off previous demand, and you guys will see here that M5, okay, we know it's gonna have to be from within here. Boom. Come M1 time frame, and sure enough, that's that. So this would be boom, and then this would be boom. Let's see if this has been touched before already. No. Okay, so as you guys can see, this is what price respected overall, and this is what we have been coming up off of since creating this bullish structure, breaking prominent M15 supply there. Now with that being said, I don't have an A+ entry at this point in time. The only things that I do have to tie in together is the fact that price has broken previous prominent M15 supply, and 30 time frame looks good already. I'm expecting this lower wick to be formed here, and we'll just continue to watch price play out. Now this here is 9 to 9:15. At this point, price has now created prominent M15 demand in my favor, so this is a possible entry here. Now let's make sure that this is valid by making sure there's no M3 equal lows, M5 equal lows within. So this is valid prominent M15 supply here. Now all I was needing was this next lower wick to be formed. Fully expecting this next lower wick to be formed. Give me some type of rejection, buyer's volume coming off of this prominent M15 demand to ride this A+ bounce play into these targets of the day here. Now at this point in time, 30-minute time frame looked beautiful. Now I scaled down to the M5, M3 time frame. Boom. Let price come into my zone here. This is that lower wick being created on the higher time frames. Boom. We get this here. This is 9:21 to 9:24, 5 minute. Already looks clean. So this was the precise entry here. Buy limit just below this price close, I'm sorry. Fully expecting this next candlestick to create its lower wick to wick into this entry. Now with that being said, full target of the day was here. Boom. And stop loss in this case was below this 30-minute low. Let's see if this 30-minute time frame will load. Something like that. Boom. M5 time frame. Yep. This was the play of the day there. Now we continue to watch this play out. And I know price danced around for a little bit, holding this zone. And then we will go ahead and see this push, and then the push, and boom. Target of the day was smacked here for a nice plus 2.4% gain in one morning on an A+ bounce play setup. You guys see how I broke this down from the get-go. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in.